निवासिनि विष्णुविलासिनि जिष्णुनुते.
Hi guys, you all must have heard about the artificial intelligence driven language model website called ChatGPT, right? And it's pretty intelligent and it has data up to about 2021. It basically tracks how people talk and write in the entire web, internets, and all the books, all the social media posts, everything. It takes all that into account. Based on that, it gives you pretty good explanations on almost everything in the world. But it has a liberal bias, and I'll get into some of that tomorrow. I'll make a video on casteism in Buddhism and how ChatGPT's answer on that was extremely Marxist leaning in nature. But today I thought I'll have some fun asking it questions about Chanakya, Dr. Thomas Sowell, Dr. Abhijit Banerjee, Amartya Sen, and Narendra Modi's economic vision, or this government's economic vision. And we'll discuss what are the similarities and dissimilarities between all these people, all these views, and how much of ChatGPT is actually right or wrong, because I have some basic reading of all these views. So let's have fun with this. So you have to be very specific about exactly how you frame your questions. That's how good answers will come about. So ChatGPT occasionally makes one or two mistakes. It actually says when you first open ChatGPT, it will say that occasionally there might be a mistake in the sentence construction, or it fails to understand whether it's a difference or a similarity, because I'll be asking similarities and differences. Occasionally it will list a difference as a similarity. That's the amount of mistakes. And sometimes it gives too vague answers when I'm looking for very specific answers. But that's what I'm here for. I'll be interpreting these as well. So my question was, what are the commonalities in the economic viewpoints between Chanakya and Dr. Thomas Sowell, who is, according to me, the best economist in the world right now. He's 96 or 97 years old. So it says, Chanakya, the author of the Arthashastra, and Dr. Thomas Sowell have some commonalities in their economic viewpoints, despite the difference in time and cultural context. Some of these commonalities are: 1. Emphasis on private property. Here the ChatGPT is absolutely right. Both Chanakya and Sowell believed in the importance of private property rights and the role they play in economic development. 2. Limited government intervention, 100% right. Both authors had a preference for limited government intervention in the economy and advocated for free market principles, 100% right ChatGPT here. 3. Importance of trade, 100% correct. Both authors recognize the importance of trade and commerce in promoting economic growth and prosperity. 4. Mercantilist views. Chanakya was a mercantilist and believed that the state should accumulate wealth through trade and commerce. Sowell was also a critic of mercantilism. Here, see, it mixed up the sentence. It's actually a difference, but the website is showing it as a similarity. Actually, Chanakya and Thomas Sowell differed on this. Chanakya believed that the state should accumulate wealth through trade and commerce. Sowell is a critic of mercantilism and opposed the idea of state intervention in the economy for commercial gain. Number 5. Moral values. Both authors believe that moral values play a critical role in economic development and that a strong moral foundation is necessary for a healthy and thriving economy. This is extremely important and this is extremely correct. This is 100% right. Overall, despite the differences in time, cultural and specific policies, differences in culture and time, Chanakya and Dr. Thomas Sowell share many of the same principles and beliefs about the role of government and the importance of free markets in promoting economic prosperity. Then I asked it, what might be the disagreements between Dr. Thomas Sowell and the economic views of Chanakya? It says, 1. Role of government. While both authors have a preference for limited government intervention in the economy, Sowell was a strong advocate of classical liberal economics and believed in a minimal role for government in the economy. Chanakya, on the other hand, believed that the state had an important role to play in promoting economic growth and development. This is why I've always said in many live streams as well that Chanakya and Arthashastra actually gives us a very middle of the road path. It's not completely free market. It's not completely socialist. Sanjeev Sanyal, Vivek Debroy, Mr. Gurumurthy, these people are all experts on Arthashastra. So I'm very happy that our economy is in good hands, because Narendra Modi listens to Mr. Gurumurthy a lot, I've heard. I don't have to agree with all of these things. I'm not saying that I know better than Chanakya or Dr. Thomas Sowell. I'm saying that I'm not exactly sure how much government intervention matters or is important today. I am saying everything that the government is doing, the private sector can do better. But of course, it can't be left all to the private sector, because we're already seeing problems like them funding woke policies, etc. So there is a line to draw. Mercantilism, they have brought up that point again. Chanakya was a mercantilist and believed that the state should accumulate wealth through trade and commerce. Sowell, however, this time it got it right. they mentioned this same point in the similarity as well. Sowell, however, was a critic of mercantilism and believed that state intervention in the economy for commercial gain was harmful to the economy. 3. Property rights. While both authors believed in the importance of private property rights, Sowell placed a greater emphasis on individual property rights and the importance of protecting them from government interference. This is not that big of a difference, this is just a matter of degree. Thomas Sowell believes in more of property rights than Chanakya. Centralized authority. Chanakya believed in the importance of a centralized authority and the need for a strong state to maintain stability and order. Sowell, on the other hand, believes that government power should be dispersed and limited to prevent abuse. Basically, protection of life, liberty and property. That's the American conservative way. And that is what Thomas Sowell subscribes to. Social policies. Chanakya did not have a specific focus on social policies, while Sowell was a critic of government intervention in social issues and affirmative action programs. That's reservation, etc. That's what Sowell is a harsh critic of, and Chanakya has not mentioned those things. So this is not kind of a difference, this is kind of a similarity. So I'll continue this series for a while, and you'll be fascinated to know the overlaps and the differences between all of these people, okay? Abhijit Banerjee, Amartya Sen, Modi's Economics, Thomas Sowell, Chanakya, all these people.
Jaya Jaya He Mahishasura Mardini Ramyaka Pardini